You already know the vibes. Oota here. We back with another one, man. And it's sad news. Big U's son has been reportedly shot and killed. Allegedly, he was on Figueroa Street. They said, I don't know if he was going to get something from a dispensary. I don't know what was going on, but this all took place on Halloween. So all I want to say is, condolences to the whole family. Heart goes out, you know what I mean? Regardless of whatever, understand that Big U has multiple sons. I see some people are reporting it, but they're putting the son, that's the football player, on pictures, on thumbnails, in their videos as they're speaking. That's not the son that they're reporting that was unalived. I also saw Whack 100 responded as well and reacted to this situation. He sent love out saying like he knew him. I guess he called him nephew. I guess Whack 100 knows him since he was a young boy. But even that's been causing a stir in a sense too, because how do you feel about that? Whack 100 sending his love out. All right, he knew him since a kid. But at the end of the day, Whack 100 spent years trying to get Big U locked up, trying to get him put behind them same very walls that Big U is behind right now. You know what I'm saying? He even incorporated certain people into his faction, into his fold to help him achieve those goals, such as a loose cannon, you feel me, who was a person that was close to him. So we can understand how Whack 148 Lord empowered that whole situation, whether you want to think Whack is stupid or smart. He 48 Lord empowered that situation. You know what I mean? Because him and Loose Cannon were at odds. They were not cool ever. They still weren't cool while they were together. And they're not cool now. Right? But yet he was able, Loose is a grown man, so he's his own man. But he was able to kind of like usher you along, like help you and push you and nudge you in the ways you need to be nudged. You know what I'm saying? For him to be exposing Big U, not only exposing Big U, but exposing his own self. You know what I mean? Loose Cannon damn near single-handedly threw his own self into the RICO, tied his own self into the RICO with his words that he was saying. Okay? We understand that the indictment was from years ago. So whatever took place with Monster in the dispensary, because that's the situation that they got Loose Cannon involved in, right? We understand that. It was a situation, regardless if Loose Cannon would have spoke or not, but him speaking is what made it into the indictment. Loose Cannon being on podcasts, the conversations, what he's saying. Yo, man, I'll do something to you and your mama, whoever. I get down, do something with you. And they put all of that in there. Okay. And at the end of the day, who do you give the credit of all that to? Loose Cannon? No, look where Loose Cannon's at. Loose Cannon think he's smart, but he's more whatever you want to call it than what he think he is. See what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, who laughs in the end? Whack. So I can understand the stir that right there is causing. You know what I mean? Imagine Big U's mindset. You in that place. You lost his son. They said his son was unalived in the 60s. He was unalived in the 60s. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Imagine you being the figure that you are. You know what I'm saying? And this takes place in the 60s, which is your hood. Your hood. Now, you can say, we all live in neighborhoods. Be like, nah, that's my hood. That's my hood. No, that's our hood. But this his hood. For real, for real. Everybody around it understand that. That's his hood. You see what I'm saying? So imagine him being in a place like that and cannot be able to help your son in a situation like that. Thinking to yourself that if you were free and if you were home, this would never take place. Whether it was a friend or enemy, would they have taken that chance to do that? Those are probably some of the things that's going through Big U's mind. What do y'all think about this whole situation? You know what I mean? Again, RIP to his son. But tell me what you think about this whole situation, man. What do you think? What do you think about the Big U? What do you think about how this case is going to go? What do you think about Loose Cannon? What do you think about Whack 100's involvement in this whole situation as well? Because he's very involved, whether he doesn't want to be or not. He single-handedly try to thrust himself back into certain things as well, because he's all about the content, the content. Even with the Jay Reed situation, Whack 100 act like he wasn't involved with it at all, right? I don't even know them. I never knew them, remember? but then went to No Jumper and threw the watch on the table talking about, you know what I mean, you could get your watch. So if I ain't got nothing to do with nothing, why don't I keep myself about the situation? And just regardless of the fact, because this is a criminal activity that's going on that also made it into that same indictment. So I'm not mentioning things to mention things. Just because I've been doing other content, that doesn't mean that I wasn't. Go back on my channel. You will see that this content I was covering. So I know a lot about this situation. That don't mean that I'm from LA. I know all about LA politics. Nah, I lived in LA though. That's why you see NYLA all over my podcast and stuff like that. Because that's what this whole channel's about. It's a merger between both coasts and everything in between. Feel me? But sometimes people go to other states or other coasts or whatever, and you think you know everything. Nah, I don't know everything, bro. I don't. But I do know that there's more similarities than a lot of differences on both coasts, whether New York or LA. You feel me? And the gang culture is very prevalent here too as well. We understand that y'all have fathered that, but we got to understand that after you father the child's outside, homie. Nigga done turn. You see what I'm saying? So what we going to do with it? What we going to do with that? You feel me? So do you think Whack 100 sending out his love is a positive thing? Do you think that he's doing this out of love? Do you think that, what do you think? Because for him to say it, you know, it's going to cause a stir to family members. People going to be like, what? Why is he saying something, right? So are you just saying it because you want your love to be known and you're doing this, right? But at the same time, are you further traumatizing the family members, maybe the mother or whoever the case may be, because people know that you're deeply associated with getting the man knocked off as far as Big U, getting him locked up, getting him knocked off? So tell me how you think about that. Do you think that it was cool for Wack to say that? Do you think it's not? Do you think that Wack was being genuine? Do you think it's not? Do you think that he's further traumatizing these people's family by even doing this? Let me know what y'all thinking about it, man. Everybody get in the comments. Get in the comments. Let me know what y'all thinking about it. Again, RIP to Lil U. RIP to his son. Yeah, tell me what you think about any part of this whole situation, and make sure that y'all all subscribing to the channel, share this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bells, and make sure you're notified, all right? I want y'all to hit the notification bells to all. As we grow on YouTube, knocked off all of my notifications, a lot of them. A lot of people do not get my notifications, but everybody that has unsubscribed and subscribed back are getting my notifications in full. So I just want everybody to be notified. I haven't been live as much, you know what I'm saying? I will be. I got other channels that I've created as well. But I want y'all to make sure y'all checking the upload, checking the shorts, checking all of those things. So when we do those lives, it's more like an event. You know what I'm saying? We're just not doing live just to do them. You know what I mean? Because we're going to get the reactions out. We're going to get the content out. And I just want to make sure that the people are supporting it in the right ways. I don't ask for money, things like that here. I appreciate any support. OOTAONGO, CashApp, PayPal. You feel me? But like, shares, comments, and those types of things are things that really move the needle over here, regardless of any other thing that moves the needle, dollars or whatever else. So just make sure you're doing your part. You know what I mean? Make sure you're doing your part. Make sure that y'all all a part of the Go Gang. Be a part of the Go Gang today. People in the chat is the Go Gang. We all together. We all on Go together. And that's how we going to do it. Ooda, ooda, ooda. Always on Go. Make sure you go in them comments, though. And let me know what you think about Whack 100, if he further traumatizing the family, or he's just doing this for a content play, or he's just doing this to say this. Because if this is my op and all that, you know what I mean? I say, you know what? Let me not say that. Let me just leave it be, right? Did he not have a choice to do that? I want you to get in the comments and let me know. Ooda, ooda, ooda. Last one. Always on Go.